Grab your cup. I want to take this morning's coffee to just share with you the difference between therapy or counseling and what I do, because I get a lot of comments and messages about it. So if you want to hear what that difference is and what the specifics are, grab your cup and have some coffee with me. So I think there's two main differences really between therapy and what I am is a transformational health and spiritual coach. So I'll go into that if you want to hear it. But I would say 100% of my clients have come to me, have done therapy in the past. Sometimes I had a client say, I've been in and out of therapy for 30 years and didn't get these breakthroughs. I've been in therapy, and I'm not knocking therapy at all. It's different what we do. So this is where I want you to pay attention if this has been a question in your mind. So therapy, most of the time, focuses on out there. What happened in your life? What did other people do? All of the things that happened, okay? What I do focuses on in here. What's the impact? How have I created my life? How have I responded to things? How do I want to change my response? What are the outcomes that I want? Which is really the other part of it. Therapy keeps us very much oftentimes stuck in the story over and over and over and over. What I do as a coach is we don't spend a lot of time there. We really focus on the goals, the outcomes that we want. What are the ways of being? How are the ways that I have been thinking? How have my patterns, the way that I show up with people, stopped me from getting what I want? So it's very outcome or goal driven, not very let's stay in the story driven. And it's very inward focused, inward on this is me and how I relate to and how I see myself and what I want to change about that. Whereas therapy is very focused outward. So those are the two main differences, okay? And now I want to really share with you specifically, so it's a difference between coaching and therapy, but the kind of coaching that I do. Because people book a call with me, and that's a lot of what their questions are. So transformational health and spiritual coach. All right, that is, if I could put all of my training and experience into one sentence, that's what it is. Transformation means when we transform something, it means calling into being something that wasn't there before. That's transforming, right? If you remember the movie Transformers, they'd look like a car and then now they're a robot, like completely different, right? So when they were a car, the robot was in there, but we transform it, so now we see the robot. That was my son loved Transformer movies, if you ever saw that. But it's not about getting some insights. It's not about practices and strategies. We use practices and strategies in order to transform, but it's really transforming the way I see myself, the way I relate to other people, the way that I cope with situations in my life, the way I'm handling my stress. Transforming that so that a whole different possibility and way of being shows up and is now present that wasn't there before. That's the transformation. Health and spiritual components. So in terms of health, absolutely it's the physical health, because we do a lot of work on the nervous system and the stress. The stress, the anxiety, the constant worry, the pain brain, the fear about everything, the need to control, which is stressful. We do a lot of work around stress and the nervous system. And that absolutely affects your health. Anytime you have chronic health conditions, there's a nervous system component, big component. Anytime you develop autoimmune conditions, there's a huge component to the emotions that you're holding that are keeping your nervous system stuck. Cancer as well. Any chronic health condition, there's a nervous system component. So physical health definitely is impacted, but also health in all aspects of your life. Health in how you communicate in relationships. Health in how you show up at work and how you set your boundaries, health and how you deal with money and a sense of scarcity or a feeling of abundance and well-being everywhere. So it really is health in every situation, okay? And then spiritual coach. I've done a lot of spiritual work because it was a missing for me. And the spirituality is really the connection to self. So when we're doing that internal work, we start to connect deeper to self. So many people that I work with and also people that just comment on my posts say, I don't even know who I am. Maybe it's once the kids are grown, I don't know who I am anymore because that's what I did all these years. Or the kids are still here, but I don't have any sense of joy. I don't have any sense of purpose. I don't know who really I am other than taking care of everybody else. So that spiritual connection has to connect inward to your spirit, your spirituality, and upward. And I think that's a big missing for the people that I work with that have done therapy and counseling. You know, they talk and talk and talk about the issues. It's the talk therapy, but the spiritual inward and upward connection is a huge missing piece, which is why I think that, you know, they kind of stay where they are. So over the course of my life, you know, when I was younger, I felt like God was out there. I'm a sinner and I need to do all the things to get God's approval. That's what I had been taught and that's what I believed. Now, through further training, through deepening spiritual retreats and education and my own life, I see it differently. I see it that God is in here. So as I connect to my true authentic self, I do connect to God. It's like if you were to go to the ocean and take a cup and scoop out a cup of water from the ocean, everything that's in the ocean is in that cup, right? All of the components, whatever makes up the seawater is in the cup. And everything that's in the cup is in the ocean. It's the same. Everything that comes, that is source, that is God, is in me and you, in every one of us. That's the source that we came from. It is God. It is universal love, intelligence, a coherence, knowing that the creative source, the creative energy is in every single one of us. And as I connect more to myself, I connect more to source. So that's a huge part of the work that I do in the Return to You program, which is my foundation program, and then ongoingly in my spiritual mastermind, which is a different program, and it's really the focus on that spiritual connection to self and to God. We do both of it as we move through the work there. The Return to You has a lot to do with the rewiring from childhood experiences, a lot of releasing the negative self-talk, a lot of shifting the energy, that inward work to transform so that we can connect. So that's the difference between what I do and what therapy does. And if you've had experiences with therapy over and over and over, or you feel stuck, or you just want to have that outcome driven, what's inside of me that's stopping me from getting my outcomes, that's where we go to work. So send me a message if that's the place that you feel is the next right thing for you. But that's the difference. For so many people, I get a lot of questions, so I hope that answers them. Have a great day.